What's up, guys? Twitter is in complete and utter chaos ever since Elon Musk took over the company and became the top dog at this popular social network. And now Elon Musk's actions have cost Eli Lilly, a pharmaceutical company, $20 billion in losses. Elon Musk's policy changes with regards to the blue check mark, now costing $8, caused a fake Eli Lilly account to very easily impersonate the Eli Lilly company itself, and with a fake tweet they damaged the reputation of this company and let the stock prices drop by like 4%, which cost the company $20 billion. Before I tell you guys exactly what happened, let's do a brief recap of what happened with Twitter in the past weeks since Elon Musk took it over. Perhaps some of you have missed all the drama that's going on with this social network. So, around 2 weeks ago, Elon Musk bought Twitter, which resulted in this video of him walking into the Twitter headquarters with a sink to make the joke, "Let that sink in." What a true troll, this Elon Musk. Gotta love him for that. One can't help but wonder, did he just buy Twitter for the lols? Did he buy it because he thought it would be funny? This wouldn't be the first time that he would do something so elaborate just because he thinks it's funny. You may not have heard this before, but in his tunnel drilling company, The Boring Company, he brought out merch. And what was this merch? A flamethrower. He brought out a flamethrower as merch with The Boring Company logo on it, just because he thought it would be funny. Anyway, I digress. He bought Twitter, he fired half of the people over there, also pretty much all the executives. After that, he realized that he fired too many people, that some of the people he fired were actually essential to keeping Twitter alive. So he went ahead and rehired a bunch of these people that he initially fired, perhaps a bit too fast. After this, he announced that the Twitter verification checkmark will be available to everyone who is willing to pay $8 a month for this subscription. This caused a lot of people to be worried because they thought that if you can get this checkmark for $8 a month, then you can very easily impersonate very high-level celebrities or companies that got this checkmark initially just by being a very influential public figure. But Elon Musk thought that this impersonation issue could easily be avoided by announcing that everyone who would impersonate someone else without clearly stating that it's a parody, these people would be immediately banned. And so Elon Musk thought there would be no negative repercussions of people trying to impersonate other celebrities or big companies. Well, unfortunately, it turns out that he was wrong, because one fake tweet caused the company Eli Lilly to lose $20 billion in their stock values. Now, I have the actual tweet right here, which caused this company to lose $20 billion. The tweet itself states, "We are excited to announce insulin is free now." So Eli Lilly is an insulin company. They sell insulin for people with diabetes. They are one of the biggest players in the US, and there are no other cheap generic alternatives available like that we have in Europe. And some of these people really need insulin because if they don't get it, then they just simply die. And some people can't afford these very high prices that Eli Lilly is offering, and also the other competitors. This fake tweet wanted to bring awareness to the fact that insulin is overpriced and it should be better if it would be free, or at least a lot cheaper. And over here is another fake tweet, which is a parody to Eli Lilly's actual response. Their actual response was that they were sorry that there was this misleading message from a fake Lilly account, but this parody account added the fact that their medicine is now $400. We can do this whenever we want and there's nothing you can do about it. Suck it. Our official Twitter account is lilypad.co, which is not the real one. The real one is @lilypad. Now, one could argue that these fake impersonation tweets were for the greater good. We have these companies that are operating pretty much in the background, are never really on the news, but they're doing something that is actually quite evil, quite bad. Namely profiting on the sick people and actually letting people die because they want to overcharge their medicines and not allow these consumers, these sick people, to get their medicines for for a fair price. So these tweets actually brought these issues to light and were able to influence public opinion in a manner that made the value of this company and other companies like it reach a value that is perhaps more akin to their real world value. Whether you believe that these impersonations are ultimately good or evil, the fact of the matter remains that these fake checkmark accounts which are impersonating others hold great power right now in this current media landscape to influence public opinion. We need to realize that these fake checkmark accounts are incredibly powerful and that they can use this power for good or evil. But the question remains, do we want people who are able to afford $8 a month? Do we want these people to be able to yield the greatest amount of power in our society? Perhaps the threshold of $8 a month is a little bit too low to let anyone who is able to pay that be able to yield such incredible power over our society. Perhaps the old system was better, where you would only get a check mark and become verified if you're a person of high influence or a company with great power in the world. So with this Eli Lilly scandal, I'm under the impression that the new system is not working as expected. Of course, the sample size is really small and there might be cases in the future that will induce me to change my mind. But currently it seems a bit too much that if you are able to afford $8, that you can cause a company to lose $20 billion in value. But I would also love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Do you think that the $8 check mark is working out for the better or for worse? Also, I would love to hear your thoughts on some of the use cases of these check marks. What are some ways in which we can use this check mark for good, like perhaps with the Eli Lilly example? Or what are some ways in which we can cause seriously harm, perhaps by impersonating big companies or influencers, or perhaps even in other creative ways? If we can find this out before it happens, perhaps we can prevent it and perhaps we can stop a lot of big evil things happening in the world. Perhaps we can nip that in the bud. For that reason, I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. That's gonna do it for another video. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe, and then I'll see you in my next video. Later!